Hi, welcome back to Rani's Voices number 13. I decided to do 13 because 13 is, a lot of people look at it as a bad day or a bad number. Not bad day, bad number. 13 is an unlucky number. So because this topic I chose, of course, given by my younger boy, tragedy, because that's part of life. So I am doing this, recording this on September 13th. See, so many coincidences. So I chose tragedy because of my son, I said. And I had a personal tragedy last week when I posted number 12, Serenity. And afterwards I was playing around with my phone and I deleted all my voices. Rani's voices, everything got knocked out of YouTube because I was playing around. I don't know what I did, but it all went away. Suddenly I realized there is nothing in Rani's voices. That was a big tragedy. I was jumping and screaming and I didn't know what to do. So I had to, no way of recovering that. Once it is gone, it is gone. So I have to look around. I have to locate all the videos and redo a lot of things and post it one by one. That took a lot of time and energy and patience, but I did it. And I also posted a apology note to a lot of people because a lot of people started writing, hey, it says like it has been taken out by the uploader. I said, yeah, it is me, but just be patient, it will be uploaded soon. So everything got uploaded. That was a recent tragedy of my last 2-3 weeks. Anyway, it's all got settled and it's fine. We are back online. Now, we all face tragedies in our life. Do they mean, all of them mean loss, or it's a sad event in our lives? Yes. And some of them you can look at it as a positive note. If an elderly person passes away, and you can celebrate his life, his or her life, than to feel sad. Of course it is sad. You cannot, people say, time will cure or time will take away your sadness and all those things. Time teaches us how to live with it, with a tragedy in your life, with your loss in your life. Okay, so now it depends on how we choose to portray the sadness or happiness or celebrate somebody's life. Tragedy doesn't mean only loss of life. It can be many other things that could be tragedy. You know what? In India, where I come from, in the south, when during the funeral procession, they celebrate the person's life by having fireworks and heavy music and dance, and it's a whole series of fun things they do. So that is a difference. Okay, it's most of the countries it is a very solemn funeral procession or no noise. But in India, in the south, I don't know about the north, so I lived all my life in the south. So it's heavy party kind of thing. They take the body to the crematorium. So now that's one thing I want to mention. And now tragedy can be in many ways. I'll tell you one story I heard when I was very young, but that always remained in my mind. Maybe I was living in we used to live in a village, okay? I mean different villages because my father used to get transferred because of the job. So there were neighbors. One neighbor was a potter. The next door was a farmer. And the potter made a lot of pots and kept it out for drying. And the farmer wants rain. When it started raining, For one person, it is a tragedy, like a potter, because it all goes away, he has to do it again. But the farmer, he was enjoying because he had good water, and the plants would grow better. So it is different for different people. So that's what I want to mention, a potter and a farmer, neighbors, but they look at the same rain in two different ways. So that's how we look at it. Let's celebrate our life. But now, the time that we are living in, actually before that I want to mention a lot of tragedies in my life. Losing my parents, my brother-in-law, my nephew, and my in-laws, we lost. Okay, they all had some effect on me, a lot of effect actually. Some of them had my parents brought me up. Who I am is because of them. My in-laws helped me in many ways of understanding their son. Okay, so it's a life that what you want to look at it. It's a tragedy. My best friend lost her husband now after 40 years of living together, married. And it is hard to talk to her nowadays because I don't know how to console her or how to uplift her. But then I keep talking, but she's okay. Like that, everybody has different kinds of tragedy in their life. But our tragedies have shaped us in many ways, in different ways. Now, I will show you, this is a broken mirror. Okay, this is a tragedy. The mirror is completely busted. This is my drawing. And we all have tragedies in our life. Now see this, it's my weird way of thinking as usual. When you are young, you don't have much tragedies. Okay, as you grow older, you have little tragedy comes up, and this age, in our 20s, 30s, we have a lot of challenges in our life. We look at it as tragedy? No. It's something that we learn from, stepping stone. Okay, and then we get settled in our life. We have the life partner and everything gets settled, we are there. As we get older, we get sickness and we lose our friends, old friends. So like that, this is our life. Okay, we have happiness and sadness, and that's it. Okay, we get on with the life. Life goes on. Whatever happened, life goes on. So now, tragedy is not only about death, but also divorce and separation, lying, cheating. These all bring pain to us. Tragedy brings a lot of pain, especially to little kids who are growing up now. Grow up with a lot of violence around them. Domestic violence or international wars, or there is always a war somewhere, and it's a tragedy. When I was young, maybe I didn't know. My awareness was less because we didn't have internet and we didn't have television when we were growing up. So now the kids grow up with all the tragedy happening right in front of their eyes. Now, see, this is what I did, the glass painting, mirror, the war, the buildings are gone, and it depicts tragedy in our life. Now, what do you expect from the children who represents our future to grow up under the circumstance? A tragedy mainly comes from our own making. We bring them up in hatred, surrounded by hatred, whether it is due to religious beliefs or because of race, color, and to say, I am better than you, my religion is better than yours, I live better life than you. And if somebody grows up under that circumstance, listening to somebody is better. How long do you expect that person to be quiet? He will retaliate or she will retaliate. So then that kind of violence we inculcate in the children's mind. Okay, it is no more wilting flower, one flower, we can throw it out and make it. This is from my tree, my plant in the house. Okay, I made this thing. Can you see it clearly? Yes. So now, sorry, I'm not supposed to say now always. We create violence and tragedy. It is all our making. It is not somebody else's making. We force them to live in such a violence. And look at, I don't know it's whether political or not. It is what's happening in Ukraine or Gaza. I'm not going into politics of that. I'm only looking at the children. They are growing up there, bombarded and unnecessary killing, losing the parents, losing their loved ones. And what do you expect from them? To live peacefully the rest of their life? No. They will retaliate sometime or the other. Can we eradicate the entire religion or entire race or entire region? No. It's not possible. We have to learn to live together. So for that, I made a portrait like this. Okay? My, togetherness. See, I have made black, brown and white. It represents all colors, okay, of people. And, let us be happy together. Why are we looking at somebody instead of judging a person by their color or by their race or by their religious beliefs? We should look at a person for his values, his way of living. We should appreciate their culture, their way of living, their habits, because everybody lives differently. In different region, we live differently. So tragedy is something I said we make it. I'll show you another thing that I made for me. Tragedy means this. Okay? The teardrops. It's something that we have to overcome and we have to come out of it. This time is very, very important. Should I say this time? Always the time is important. Okay, you make a decision to bomb a person, bomb or kill, shoot, gun violence or what. Everything is, whether it's knife or gun or by words, you can have a very bad impact on another person's life. So sometimes they say tongue doesn't have bones. So it can bend everywhere. It can squiggly everywhere, anytime. And when you make a bad way of saying or commenting, that can hurt another person more than hitting them, punching them. Sometimes when I had a school, I used to tell the kids, sometimes your words can hurt another person more than, because that's going to remain in their heart, more than punching them. But that doesn't mean I ask them to punch. I say don't, because that will hurt and that you'll be punished immediately for that. Both you'll get punished, but this will have an immediate impact. So it's not going to bring in harmony. It's not going to bring in happiness in people's life. So why create the hatred? Why create hatred? Let us be, can we say tragic free? No. We will have tragedy always. That's something we cannot avoid. Okay. Look at the thing I made. See the tree? A human is alone. It's a tree of stones. Okay. It's it is something that we have to look at it. Are we going to live like this or live surrounded by greenery? Look at the greenery here in our house. Okay? It's let us be happy. Let's make a world of peace. It's time. It's time. To represent time, I made my own clock. Can you see with resin, I made a clock. I did the drawing. I'm not good in drawing, but still I tried. I drew some flowers and, sticking the numbers was not that easy, but I did it. It's a clock I made to represent a bouquet of flowers. Okay. Let us be happy with each other. Let's not use bad words to hurt another person or bad thing to hurt another person. Don't attack anybody. Let's live peacefully. Is it possible, utopia? It's not completely difficult. It's possible. As I always say, nothing is impossible. Everything is possible. But we have to put our heart and soul. Who are we? I'm talking about our politicians. They all do things for themselves. Are they looking at the country? Looking at the people who live there? So that is where I want to talk. I want to kind of focus on our tragedy. Not human loss. Human loss, everybody, the day we are born, we know we are going to die. Okay, we cry, we get over the loss, and life goes on. But in case of war, it's the biggest tragedy one can think of. Why war? Why can't we live together? Let them believe in anything they want, as long as that doesn't affect us. Why are we poking our nose into some other neighbor's house or neighboring country or any country that, that's around? Why can't we look at ourselves? What's wrong with us? When we have so many mistakes, so many things that we can correct ourselves to live peacefully, whether you have money or not, whether you have wealth or not, whether you have children or not, one can be happy. There are so many people who are happy with children. There are so many people who are happy without children, and we all can be happy as we are. Isn't it so difficult to ask for, request? Please, all of you think, what is it that we can do, one can do to promote that harmony? That is where our education should focus on. Our harmony is very, very important. When I was young, there was nothing like our neighbor is a Muslim, our neighbor is a Hindu, our neighbor is a Brahmin, neighbor is this, that, this, nothing. I didn't grow up that way. I honestly didn't grow up that way. I had all of them surrounded by everybody. We used to go to church, but that doesn't mean the neighbor has to go to church because he believes in something else. But I lived like that. So now to see people who hate others because of their beliefs or who make them convert. Okay, if you want to marry me, you convert. No. If you can live with him or her in spite of their religious beliefs together, that doesn't come in between. That is between that person and her God or his God. If he thinks like that. There are atheists who don't believe in God. But what I am talking about tragedy is what's happening in this world. The world of war. War machine is everywhere. It's killing people. It's killing future. It brings about hatred. Okay, let's look at it that way and see where we can where we can change. See, I made this. It's a reflection. What we do comes back. See, both sides are the same. What we do today and children grow up in that environment turned out to be the same. It's not going to be different because That's what he thinks way of life is. Way of life is about shooting. Way of life is about killing others, promoting hatred. I believe living in harmony. Be happy. In spite of one sickness, you can feel happy. I felt miserable when I heard I have autoimmune disease and severe rheumatism. Okay, my fingers are all bending. I don't know how long I will have. But the thing is, I console myself. Then nobody else need to console me, or there is nobody to console me. I console myself saying, hey, Rani, you live with your problems. Okay. So now, this is what I want to say today. When I chose the topic tragedy, it is with heavy heart I wanted to talk about that because of what's happening. You switch on the TV, it's all about killings and war and this and that. It all brings a lot of sadness in you. So why do we bring sadness to ourselves? So let the tragedy, whether it is though painful, it can also be a good teacher. It teaches us not to do it again. Don't do the same thing that brought about the tragedy again in our life. Okay? So let's grow stronger and let's grow to learn to live together and let it guide us to a happier path. Okay? I think that's possible, right? Yes, nothing is impossible, as I say. Let us be happy and bring about a world like this, a rainbow. Rainbow, shimmering rainbow. All the world, everybody lives happily ever after. I just want to be happy at this moment, and I am happy. I will always be happy. So let us all be happy and live in harmony in spite of our differences. Let us live happily. Nothing is impossible. Please enjoy my video. Give your comments. Like my video. Please share with your friends and subscribe. At least when I deleted all my files, my subscribers were there, but all my views have gone. Some of them had reached 250, 260. I said, wow, 200 people whom I don't know have watched. It was happy. But now it's all become zero. And now it's going up one by one. It doesn't matter. I am doing it to bring about peace in myself. And if I can share it with somebody, pass on the peace, let it be. So let me finish this by saying, as usual, nothing is impossible. Bye-bye.